The end of time is drawing near, so says Allah to his divine prophet, I, Noble Jew Ali. And that's why many hearts have been turned to stone, and many have eyes to see but cannot see, ears to hear but cannot hear, lest they will be confounded of their sins. These are the trying hours now, dear boys, and every evil spirit is moving. And they are trying every weak mind to overthrow and drag out the true foundation that had been laid, to cause confusion in the minds of the ones that do believe. But if you have the true love of Allah and the spirit of your forefathers, you fear not what you hear or see, but will sacrifice utmost of your very life to protect your movement and your property. Watch your enemies, dear boys. Your enemies are the ones that speak against your prophet and ridicule him to the very Lord, and the ones that speak against your divine and national principles of your temple, act accordingly. And Allah will bless you for your good works. Peace, your divine noble duality. Islam, Holy Quran, the more scientific miracle, circle 7, divinely prepared by the noble prophet through Ali, by guiding his father God, Allah, the great God of the universe, to redeem man from his simple and fallen stage of humanity back to the highest plane of life with his father God, Allah. Know thyself in Allah, the genealogy of Jesus, life and works of Jesus in India, Europe, and Africa, in the land of Egypt. Islam. I ask that each and everyone would stand for the praise and honors together. Islam. We rise and give praise to Allah, the great God of the universe. Our honor to our prophet, Noble Jew Ali. Past and present, these are the more scientific of America. And everything that is more. In Islam, you may be seated. Now we'll call up our Sunday school assistant Supreme Grand Chief. Islam. Curry. Islam. One prophet. One temple. Islam. Who's the greatest? Islam. This is Sunday school as well.
Islam.
I will say Sundays where God is basically prayer.
Islam.
Right? Islam, boys. All right. Great meeting.
Islam.
You know another word for on, son. Probably said children need to be in control, but you ain't got to die. So a child can be property on the soul. What's wrong with that? See, the difference between the adult and the child, the adult has an adulterated mind of the child, right? It's childlike, right? Children see things simple. They see things in a simplistic way. Adults complicate even their own. So let us become child. That's what we should get out of today, to become childlike and see life simply. Islam? And by the way, Islam is simple. Islam. So we are returning to the day. That is the state of mind of our ancient.
Some of the things they taught were, who made you?
Allah.
Who is Allah?
Allah.
Can we see him?
No.
Where is the nearest place we can meet him?
In the heart.
Is Noble True Allah?
Is Allah.
What is a prophet?
Prophet.
If you didn't know, this is the doctrine of Moorish Science Temple. This is how we define what a prophet is. Islam?
Islam.
Prophet is a thought of Allah manifested in the flesh. It doesn't say a thought of Allah manifested in the human flesh. You know, adults see what they want to see. Children see everything. So let us learn to see everything and not what we want to see. But sometimes what we want to see is connected to our emotions. You know, these are emotional too. So children don't use that. They see the all of life. Islam. So let us learn that. What is the duty of a prophet? Who is the founder of the Moorish Science Temple of America? What year was the Moorish Science Temple of America founded?
1913.
Where?
New Jersey.
Where was Noble Drew Ali born?
In the state of North Carolina. 86.
Let's look at that question. It say where. It don't say when. You don't put time to where. You put time to when. He said, I never told anybody where I was born. But yet we have this question to say, where was Noble Drew Ali born? It says, in the state of North Carolina. 1886. Why did he go in advance 1886 along with where? No answer to that. Because if you got one, that means you pulling it from somewhere and it ain't your head. I just want you all to come. What is his nationality? What is your nationality? You know, the Quran of Mecca says that for every nation, right, a messenger is sent to them. The Quran of Mecca speaks to the past, the present, and the future. But there are groups of people who will attempt to circumscribe alone. And to say that there will be no more prophets after Prophet Muhammad is a great error, because the Quran speaks to the present and you'll hear many different things before you hear your marriage. No prophet. Who these? Talk, woo, creep, Amanaki, Nananapi, Naughty Head, this person. But the prophet said we are what? Moorish American. And what it means to be a Moorish American is, right? Because you can't be a Moor without Islam.
Islam.
Let the facts be said to them. If you don't have Islam, you may like being what a Moor is and what a Moor does, right? You are Asiatic. Moors have Islam. Everybody ain't a Moor yet. Moor is a realization that goes all the way back to the Garden of Eden. It was our forefathers and mothers who opened up civilization and advanced it. Now, the name Islam, we don't get till Prophet Muhammad. But the principle of what it is, what it stands for, and what it means, always existed. Islam and the crescent moon and star share a same immemorial age. When man was walking and talking with God in the Garden of Eden, man was taught the principle of everything, nature of everything. Moreover, righteousness. That's Islam. So Islam goes all the way back to the foundation of the earth, just like what a Moor is. Elijah Muhammad taught that Moors guarded the holy city of Mecca from each and every gate. They're the ones who carried with them the flaming sword from the east gate, the north gate, the west gate, and the south gate. The reason why we can't have an Islamic connection to that is because of logic and people in it. So you see that before you see the body of knowledge that is being presented to us called Moorish science. Moorish science is a psychology that removes you from the effects of Negro, black, and color. It restores what has been lost. Moorish science, right, is Islam.
Islam.
Nothing more, nothing less. It's not a document. It's not a body of knowledge that some red sheet came up with saying, use this, you can beat your court case. That's not what Prophet Noble came here to do. He didn't come here talking about taxes. He didn't come here talking about suspended licenses, child support, and how to beat a court case. He didn't sacrifice his life for you for finite things.
Islam.
He opened up the way so that you can enter your heart. You heard yesterday the Sheikh taught you how to get into the heart. That has been lost from the Moorish science temple of facts. Today we have people who will read the questionnaire, where's the nearest place you can meet them? In the heart. And you ask them, have you been in the heart? Yeah. But what did Allah say to you? First of all, Allah's counsels are inscrutable, and that big word, inscrutable, children, means hard to figure out. So when Allah speaks to you, it's hard to figure out. No wonder if you went into the heart, how it was hard to put together the pieces that Allah gave you. Children, you can meet me on the soul plane. Today we meet the prophet on the soul plane. Well, how do we meet the prophet or all prophets? Let's not circumscribe a prophet, because all prophets are one. They carry the same divine spirit of the first man, both physical, the first man, and physical, and the spiritual person. Prophet Noble Drali is Muhammad. You don't like him? Wow. Prophet Noble Drali is Jesus. Muhammad was Jesus. Muhammad said he was Jesus to the people then. But one thing about it, man, I don't know not one Jew that said, you ain't a prophet, Jesus. Moses is the prophet. Yet we have that today in the Islamic world. Yet in the Islamic world has Hebrew prophets mentioned in the book. See, the Arab don't want you to know that we have always had a messenger. We, those made in the image and after the likeness of Allah. And that image is just not color. That image is character. The image is all, the likeness is the way of life. Islam, Prophet Muhammad said, I came to perfect the character of man. What do you think the circle 7 is for the Moor? A manual, Americanized, as Prophet Noble said it was. Americanized. That will perfect your character. Prophet Noble Drali never spoke bad. Never. He didn't say anything slick. He didn't say anything fly. He didn't say anything about Muhammad. None of all of it. But everything that he brought is entering up to Islam, and the reason why we can't see it. Let's get back to it. Adults don't see it.
Islam.
Adults see what they want to see. The dunya has made them. The world has made them. Their passions and desires have made them. But a child, right? A child don't know their passions and desires. They just exist. Huh?
Islam.
Why are we Moorish America? Sheikh said something. Right? But it's funny, we are in Northwest Africa.
Islam.
But most West African countries in the continent of Africa, right? All of that was called Morocco. And it was under a Moroccan tribe, confederated with different tribes of people. Igbo, Fulani, Wolof. I mean, those are languages, but not only that, they're tribes.
Mm-hmm.
What did Prophet Muhammad say? He said, I've separated you into nations and tribes, that you may know one.
Islam. Islam.
So to our brothers and sisters for Black Muslims, you are, that's an oxymoron because the Quran of Mecca says that you can't. Matter of fact, I seen a footnote, which was rather profound. It said, woe to the man whose faith rejected faith, and to the man whose face will turn white on the day of judgment. He has accepted faith. Now, you have Arabs who look at us because we have dark skin. And they say,
here.
well, no, they don't say, they act.
That was it.
They act like the day of judgment. I mean, the day of judgment is every day, but we were born this way.
Islam.
And when we change form, we will have a light body. It says those whose face will turn black. I don't think y'all got that. It says those whose face who will turn white, not whose face is white right now. Jay said something profound the other day when the sister said here after. He said, wait a minute, stop. Say it again. Here after. See, that's what it means to get there on the plane of soul. You can be on the plane of soul while you're on the plane of things made better. All you have to do is slow down your rapid thought. Rapid thought ain't good on the plane of things made better. Most people who have rapid thought are in jail right now.
Mm-hmm.
You have to slow things down to the rate of soul. And when you do that, you are in control of the ether. What did Prophet say? He said, what we see are but reflections, just appearing, vibrating, not. For what purpose was the Moorish sign symbol of America? How can we uplift fallen humanity? Let's talk about it. I'm going to start it off feeding, clothing, sheltering, walking old ladies, walking two women across the street, opening doors, smiling, giving some encouraging word, taking somebody from what state they're in, teaching these things necessary, like what we're learning today about Reiki. You know, he said something profound. He said, you know, if you got a brother or sister and they down, say, hey, come here, let me move that energy out there for you. See, these are the things that were taken out of the Moorish sign symbol of America.
Mm.
And some of these leaders have become churchy.
Mm.
They out of the star. Well, the prophet said the Quran contains the reading of the star. I'm not going to throw that away. I'm just not going to get carried away.
Mm.
Jesus said, in my Father's house, there are many mansions. And if you really study your Quran, chapter 13, when he was in the chamber, he said, in every hall of learning, I shall sit.
Oh, Islam.
Sit don't mean stay. Sit does not mean stay. So I don't have to stay in zodiac, astrology. I don't have to stay there. I don't have to stay on one thing. But I can ascend to it when I need to help my brothers and sisters. That's what uplifting. One of the beautiful things that got my attention about the teaching of Cheikh and his partner in love, too, Cheikh, right, is that it was more about work and action, right? And how I put the two together. The prophet says, teach him benevolence, and his mind shall be exalted. So when you were talking about work and action, I immediately went to teach him benevolence. Mind. Well, what is benevolence? Benevolence is kindness. Benevolence is doing the works of God. Noble John Lee said, in your hand is a miracle. were it not given to thee to stretch it out to the assistance of our brothers in need.
Islam.
That's also why we have our hand pressed on the chart. This is if Allah was anything, Allah would be the head. If Allah was anything, Allah would be Islam. Everything I said goes along with the lift. And a sister that is from here that moved to Philadelphia, back now. She came through the door talking about work.
Islam.
We need to be about our Father's work. And that work is uplifting. Man, do you know that when you do something selflessly for someone else, that not only do you forget, but everything you got going on is law and disintegrate. That's part of the science of happiness. Roadblocks teaches us that the science of happiness is the study of self in relation to mankind. When you look at your brother or sister, you're looking at the very image of Allah.
I mean.
What you do to man, you do for Allah, good or bad. Man, I gotta watch my mouth when I get my road ready. Let's travel. Not in the spirit of Allah. There travel. How did Prophet begin to uplift the Moorish man?
I think you can be yourself.
Oh man! Now I'm gonna be within the fold of the additional long way to say you got the desire to be radical against any organized group. So I'm gonna walk the line. You go to a Sunni mosque, guess what you become? Yes, you're taking on the culture. But if you go to a mosque built by Sheikh Sufi, right? You're going to be looking at who your forefathers and foremothers were.
Islam.
And I haven't seen not one disciple of Sheikh Sufi come in here and talk about it. And no. Nobody came in here contesting that. You want to know why? Because that's not even important in Islam.
Allahu Akbar.
A true Muslim will be grateful that a messenger came to you and you heard him.
Allahu Akbar. Islam.
I can tell y'all what I see, Cheikh. I was going to ask you. Remember, messenger man to his people in synagogue.
Allahu Akbar.
And he came to save nations, regardless of their youth,
Allahu Akbar.
background. But that's just how I think. And I ain't seen no lightning come down. He said to every nation, yes, Muhammad is a prophet of Allah. We've been witnessing that. He derived our power and authority from his book. We got him on our nationality card. Matter of fact, we don't just only honor him, we honor all true and divine prophets.
I mean,
Their books. We don't tell Moors don't read the Quran. And for those of you in the world outside this world right now on Zoom and stuff, guess what? Nobody really had a pound of on his desk. The analysts of Confucius, the analysts of Buddha. He had the Quran. And if you are a true follower of Prophet Noble, you're not just going to take nationality, you're going to take your
Islam.
And we are returning to Islam. And if you choose to listen to somebody that just teaches nationality, I feel bad for you. You see that sash he got on? I'm in the sash, like what else you got in there, Prophet Noble? And all, aside from teaching nationality, the law said we are teaching the divine creed of Islam. And we're teaching our people their nationality and the divine creed. That's why some people that are Moors walking around here, nationality buff, but their legs are not equal to their buffness because they don't have Islam.
Allah
A lot of Moors are called Krishna, empty things. But what fills that empty thing up is Islam. Our forefathers are the founders of the first religious creed for the redemption of man. And that creed is Islam. It just wasn't called Islam yet.
Allah.
Islam is the Arabic name. But Arabic don't belong to the Arabians.
Islam.
Arabic is the language of the angels.
Allah Akbar.
Arabic is the language of your forefathers who guarded the Holy Spirit. Yeah. You learn that stuff because guess what? I'm learning what you ain't teaching.
Islam. Allah Akbar.
I'm pretty sure you watching Cheikh Sufi, his lectures and stuff. You trying to make your little shots. I just they'll hide their teaching. And I don't act like I know it. Because I don't. And that's how child thinks, children think. What are you talking about? You did this, my visible. Yeah, and I'm learning there's an art making people laugh, man. That's how you get their attention. Praise the Lord.
I mean,
what is our religion? So Prophet Noble didn't just teach nationality. Work. Without work. All right. He said our religion is Islamism. Let's talk about that. Islamism and Sufism is the same thing.
Allah Akbar.
It's the same thing. Ain't no different.
Islam.
Notice he didn't say our religion is Islam. But Islam is a religion to a certain people who make it look like them.
Good teaching.
They call their culture Islam, but that's not Islam. Heritage says. And we travel. Ain't seen it, brother, from Egypt. See, I listen, man. I listen passively, man. Especially, I listen to somebody that knows more than me. When you're in front of somebody that knows more than you need to be quiet. Because Marcus Garvey said that. He said, "Oh, what you said."
Islam.
Marcus Garvey said, you need to be careful when you're in the room, blabbing, running your mouth, because it could be somebody in there more wiser than you. And it wouldn't be wise for you to be blabbering your mouth, going off. You got your own personal holy zeal, and it ain't the holy zeal of Allah. You got your own light in the room, and there's somebody in there quiet. They'll watch out. You understand? Marcus Garvey was wise too, and he, by the way, is our fourth. Islam.
Yeah, the brother was from Egypt.
Yeah, he said, when he said, he seen Islam, right?
That's what he said.
A lot of y'all won't hear, but when he said, yeah, in Egypt, they did Salat while watching TV. I seen one dude that's a Muslim. Man, I ain't even gonna say what he was doing while he was doing Salat. His intentions was more on what he was looking at than Allah. His prayer didn't count.
Islam. Allah Akbar. Allah Akbar.
But I say all of that to say this, that the Islam is the practice of Islam. Your practice is personal, man. Your Islam is something that you naturally do. Either it's in you or it ain't. A lot of Moors running around here being Moors. They ain't really Moors. They're the I have two constants. Matter of fact, y'all got one too. It's on the wall somewhere. I see that big one. I see the big one in my free assembly. I'm talking about, nah, that's your Grand Sheik law. There are two laws. One say all members must pre-claim. That's the Moorish Holy Temple of Science, Divine Constitution, and laws, which there's a big difference between laws and bylaws. See, pre-claim is internal, proclaim is external.
Mm.
See, before you act out loud, you have to work it out inside. You have to pre-think. You have to pre-claim. I'm more like, but you know what though? I gotta fight. Cause see, it's two fights. You have to fight with your Negro too. And if you were born under the banner of Negro, Black, and Color, you got Nabs, Howard Jr., Satan, and what's the other one?
Nabs.
I said that, Nabs.
Yeah, you said all of
I
them.
said, oh, I said I was gonna leave a little meat to see if y'all were paying attention to the shape. We do things like that. Teachers do that. I ain't a teacher. I'm a teacher. You need to stop.
Allahu Akbar.
All right, so we have to fight our Negro. Because our Negro was created by the slave holder.
Ooh.
It grew into the black man. Black
Mm.
one. It grew into the African American.
Mm.
By the way, African American black. Look at Federal Directive 15. It says black or African American. Prophet Noble Droughtley said if we understood language, we would be all right. Anybody know what the word or means? Anybody? Anybody know what the word and? Yes. It's also a preposition, right? See, lawyers study that language. And the types of minds that we have to have, even more so now, is a religious mind, scientific mind, a legal mind. Those three minds, you'll be all right. See, the word or also means same as.
Mm.
So we have to be specific on what we call out there. I can now humbly say that I am also
I mean,
yesterday in Morocco too.
Islam.
See, I pay attention. Islam, I pay attention. Islam?
Oh.
Yeah. And I was at work. When I wasn't supposed to be looking down, I was looking down. See that? Pay attention. Anyway, let me get back. I get off track. What is our religion?
Islamism.
Is that a new or is that an old time?
Old time.
He could have said that's an old religion. He said old time. When you look at these questions and answers, right? The answer is just as deep as the question. The question is just as deep as the
Mm.
This is how I feel. A good teacher teaches you how. He could have said old. Could have said old. He could have said ancient. But he said old time. And what do we know about time? I want to answer all the questions. What do we know about time?
Oh, you measure time by cycle ages.
Okay.
Measure time by cycle ages.
Measure time by cycle ages. Time, what else? You said it first. Go ahead, Chief.
Oh, it's time is the space in between two objects. Like
All right, creation of all time. Give me that.
it was, yeah.
You got to understand. As they say in the conscious world, you got to land your plane. So land my plane and give my team shit. Well, land the plane now. Who are the founders of the first religious creed? For the redemption and salvation of mankind on earth. We are human who became mankind.
Mm.
Mankind then was different from man. Mankind yesterday is a different definition of mankind today. It was all kinds of men on earth, women. He had Tunisia, troglodyte, homo sapiens, homo erectus, hominid. Y'all may keep on. Good. incident. Homogandus. Well, what the rest of the scientific people let it know the names of mankind. Yes. They no longer exist, but they have mixed and amalgamated with man. We brought them back in human form. Man can only remember being man. And Allah made a man. Sisters, that man is also a woman. On the spirit plane, there is no, I was going to say something else to stop a lot. There is no body part. You're in the form. Elohim gave you the rest. You don't have a physical body. Spirit. Allah made man. That man is made like Allah. And in the plane right here, I seen where's mom? I seen pit bull to Wawa. Mix. Head of a pit bull, body of a chihuahua.
No,
I
man.
asked the owner, she say, who's did that? And she said the chihuahua. Stop. But the point is, how does a dog become a dog? Another dog. How did man become man? Oh, man. Who said Allah?
Still, dude.
Allah. Yes. Allah, man, on one. And I'm out of here. Turn back over to the chairman. Matter of fact, you can stand right there. Oh, I got to close out. Yeah. Why don't you do that? And I'm out of here. I'll leave that to the chairman.
He's like, he's on fire. The Moorish on fire. He's like, I gotta put this fire down a little bit.
All officials stand for being I hereby inform all members that they must put an end to all rancor and educated speech on and home on the public street. We have to keep peace and I'm trying not to cause with the European were causing confusion. There had been much confusion caused by members trying not to cause for your salvation. Failure of obeying my orders will be a severe consequence. We offer love, truth, peace, freedom. And when these principles are violated, justice must then take its course. Any member or group of members that seeks to hold malicious feeling towards the temple or the prophet, or to violate the divine covenant of the Moorish movement will receive their reward from Allah for their unjust deeds. All true Moors must obey the laws laid down to them by their prophet. When they lose confidence in their prophet, give up your cards and buttons, cease wearing your turban or badge, and return to the state or hide the prophet family. For this is a whole and divine movement founded by the prophet, no withdrawal lead. And if the prophet's not right, the temple's not right. The prophet is sending out a divine plea to all true Moorish Americans that they may do their part in protecting the prophet and the temple. This is an everlasting movement founded by the prophet through the will of Allah to redeem this people from a sinful way. Peace, no withdrawal lead. Islam, may be seated. At this time, we're going to call for nationality for those that's inside of more scientific of America. Time we are calling for nationality. For those that's online, you can reach out to our sister C. Jones Bay. Islam.
I'm not sure. She may know. I'm still calling.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Islam.
Islam.
At this point in time, that there's any old or new business, stuff in America. This would be the time to do it. All of our members, dues need to be paid them to Cash App. All donations, turn to Cash App, $. CJ Bay will provide information and fund that we're still collecting for the building development. Select Cash App K. While we're waiting for brother to get his national filled out, we would like to ask, is there any questions based on what was taught today? Islam?
What?
The fringes around the flag, right, brother?
Oh, that's good. Somebody in the chat group asked, why are there fringes on the flag?
Yeah, admiralty is our law anyway. Admiralty is the law of water. That's ours. The Europeans teach that in their sovereignty teaching about the fringes around the flag being admiralty, maritime jurisdiction. But that's our law. That's the water. I deal with the law of the water. And Noble Drew Ali, if you get a good picture of him in his office, has the fringes. So my understanding is that so that's why we have the flag. But Charlie Sprinkle, you grab this one. Charlie Sprinkle teaches about that. Charlie Sprinkle is a European, not an Asian. That's where that comes from.
Yeah.
That's ours. You might need to see a picture. I got it. Like show it proof. Both flags had them.
truth is Lord. More science. Membership means your associates. Connection. We are nation within a nation. These two flags demonstrate. We are American by birth. Please step forward, brother Peter Fairgill, like all the members of the Moorish Temple of America and the Moorish American Society here in Virginia, to recognize our brother Peter Fairgill. Peter, you don't have to do it. Brother Peter Fairgill, this is your nationality and birthright on Moorish America. We will march you in the property of Jesus. May the peace and blessing of God come in your body. Towards the law of that love. And you that that's God. What you just did was major national and listening audience, those out there. You say you got S.A. That is acronym stands for many different things. We, Moorish Americans, have dominant nationality citizenship in our land. You, my brother, I am not conferring nationality to you, nor am I conferring citizenship. Birthright. Your birthright is to a nationality and your citizenship. By that, those names alone recognize the government. This is a Moorish passport. It is for you and for your salvation. Talk about that.
Islam.
Who's the greatest?
Allah. Islam. Yeah, yeah.
Openness for all of us.
I mean, Islam.
Cheikh at this time. Take over. Practice.
Okay, yeah, we'll do. I think it'll be good to do a zikr immediately.
Please rise for the worship. Five on the left, two on the right. Repeat after me. Worship and prayer. Allah, the Father of the universe.
Allah, Father of the universe.
Father of love.
Father of love.
Truth. Peace. Freedom. And justice. Allah is my protector.
Allah is my protector.
My guide.
My guide.
And my salvation. By night. And by day.
Through his holy prophet.
Amen.
Amen.
Meeting officially closed.
I think I'm gonna sit. I think I'm gonna sit on the floor. If that's okay. I'm gonna borrow this to prop the camera up. No, I'm gonna just prop it up on the ground. Yeah, I hope so. Let's see. If we could get everyone to form a circle, that would be wonderful. Yeah. I think it was on Friday we went over 3 main practices that we're asking everyone to do. And the first one was astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah is for turning the heart and for forgiveness. We're asking everyone to do the 100 astaghfirullah in the morning. This is not a necklace. It should be in your hand more than it's on your neck. Just imagine that. I had some disciples who came, Auzu billahi, bismillah, inna waliullah, sallallahu Muhammad al-Fatiha. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta alayhim. Ghayril maghdubi alayhim. Wala dolin. Ameen. Astaghfirullah, 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 astaghfirullah. Peace be upon Muhammad 100 times. Prayers be upon Muhammad 100 times. Sallallahu ala Muhammad, 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 sallallahu ala sallallahu ala sallallahu ala sallallahu ala sallallahu ala Muhammad, 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 sallallahu ala sallallahu ala Muhammad, sallallahu ala Muhammad, sallallahu ala Muhammad, sallallahu ala 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 Muhammad, 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 sallallahu Muhammad, sallallahu ala 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 sallallahu ala Muhammad, 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 sallallahu ala Muhammad 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 sallallahu ala sallallahu ala Muhammad 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 sallallahu ala sallallahu ala Muhammad. And la ilaha illallah 100 times. There's none worthy of worship but Allah. Allah is the only reality. La ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la We spent a week in the Swiss Alps with our beloved Sheikh Pirzia Khan from the Enlightenment order from India. The Sheikh gave a practice that I had seen in Morocco from the Sufi orders in Morocco, and I was not aware that they were doing the same practice in India. So he gave a practice, and I said, good God Almighty. I'm taking that back to the West. This is what they call in India and in Morocco Sufi orders from Morocco. He calls it the murmur of the name Allah. In this technique, we don't use the beads to count. You will experience something divine from this technique, as everyone did in the mountains. With this technique, everyone at your own pace is not led by the Sheikh. Everyone, when we start, you just say the name Allah, Allah, at any, however you want to say the name. Who's the greatest? Allah. So for this practice, you just start to say the name Allah at your own rate, your own pitch, your own tone. It creates a harmony of the name Allah, and it's no counting. We just, hip hop is real, it's something you feel, that's common sense. But we just say it until we feel the vibration. We don't know when it's going to end. We did this in the Swiss Alps. I thought I was going to see a spaceship come down with the angels. But there's plenty of videos from Morocco with the Sufis in Morocco doing the same technique. I've seen it in Morocco, but when the Sheikh, I said, oh my goodness, they doing the same. So we bringing it here. I've never done this in the West. The first time is in the temple of Noble Ali. So we want to add this to our practice for all the disciples. And we're asking everyone to do the La ilaha illallah 100 times every morning, the Sallallahu Alaihi Muhammad 100 times, and then the La ilaha illallah 100 times, and then don't use the beads. Just say the name Allah, 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 however till you feel it in the heart. Allah, 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 Allah. Allah, 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 The 7 breaths, breathe in. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله وهو العلي العظيم الفاتحة بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا صراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد الفاتح لما أغلق والخاتم لما سبق ناصر الحق بالحق والهادي إلى صراطك المستقيم وعلى آله حق قدره ومقداره العظيم. Barke Srin Sahib, Barke Srin Sahib, Barke Srin Sahib, Barke Srin Sahib, Barke Srin Sahib. It will be a high practice of light and blessings if the Moorish science temples of this jurisdiction, after you close out the meeting, if you could do this same circle on Sundays once a week, if that's possible, to bring the divine side back into the temples. The brother was telling me that our beloved Noble Ali would be making tea, and he would only have 7 people in the room with him, and they would be doing what? Murmuring, repeating words over the tea. Now I wasn't there, but I bet you they wasn't saying it in English, because the sister said they were murmuring these words. I wanted to give a teaching on the 7 levels of the soul, but I don't know if we have time today for that. Would you? Time never was when man was not. So this is an important part of there may be a brother in California, Brother Nasut, who I was supposed to give his initiation, Shahada, and Bayat to. Brother Nasut, are you here today in California? Islam, can you, are you able to turn on your camera to take the Shahada and the Bayat into the order? And your microphone if possible. This brother, I'll share a little information. The brother reached out to me on email last week, and he's in a Kemetic study group for a couple of years studying ancient Kemetic sciences. Within the last month or so, the teacher of the Kemetic group told everyone in the group, "It's enough. We're going into the Sufi world. We're going into the Sufi orders." He said, "I want all of y'all to go into the Sufi orders." He knew something. That's why the brother laughing. He said, he kept telling his members in the circle, go find, he told all his people, go to the mosque, find the Sufi order. He said the leader of the group felt like the members were not following him. He left the group, stopped teaching. He said this brother is on his way to the Kaaba in Mecca very soon. He heard through the grapevine, but he stopped teaching and he's on his way to Mecca. So this brother said, I was looking for a Sufi teacher, but he said I could not accept no Arab teachers. That's right, brother. F them Arabs. He's like, I'm studying ancient Kemet and African culture. He said, I need to find me a teacher, a sheikh, who's from an African Sufi order. He said he went on Sheikh YouTube and typed in. Yeah, a lot of people taking YouTube for their sheikh, man. They watching them videos thinking they learned something. Sheikh YouTube and Sheikh Google, Sheikh Yahoo, they got a lot of students. So that's the brother. He said he went on YouTube and typed in the word African Sufi. Some videos of somebody named Cheikh Sufi just popped up. I was like, I ain't doing too bad. He typed in African Sufi in California. My videos came up, man.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Sheikh YouTube, man. He's one of my students. I'm gonna give him some talisman to protect him from the jinns. So he started watching my videos. How long ago was that?
Maybe 5 days ago.
Maybe 5 days ago. Sent me an email and said he was surprised that I responded. Now, I work for Sheikh Ahmadu Bamba, and I'm not going to ever let anyone reach out to me for guidance about Allah and I don't respond. So any email I get, I respond to because for me, Allah, Islam is the most important aspect of life. So, and I told the brother, I said, you have good karma. As there's no way you can find out about Sheikh Sufi and Sheikh Ahmadu Bamba in 4 days. Today is your birthday. When you take the bayat, it is your birthday. Where did that come from, sister? The phone? Sadie Allen. Our Sheikh Ahmadu Bamba, he said, when someone takes the bayat and initiation, it's your spiritual birthday. And he said, Allah reduce your age to what age? When you join the Sufi order, what age do you think the Sheikh said Allah reduce your age to? 7. That is like, so today is your spiritual birthday. You're going back to a state of purity at the age of 7, 5 on the right and 2 on the left. Have I seen that somewhere before? It's too many similarities in this system. And the initiation travels through your mother's bloodline for 7 generations. So in the initiation, we add your name, your mom's name. We'll add you to the chat group for the first year students and give you the practice. Yeah, take the practice we gave all the people in the temple first. 100 astaghfirullah every morning, followed by 100 sallallahu ala Muhammad, followed by 100 La ilaha illallah, and then don't count. Just chant the name Allah, 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 and you close it with how many? 7. You breathe in and take 7 breaths of the name Hu. Then you recite the Al-Fatiha, if you have it, to close it. So in the initiation, you'll hear me ask for your name and your mom's name, okay?
Okay.
And then I'll make prayer for you to defeat the enemies on the path and do the Barke Serene Sayu 7 times and send the energy across the planet. Is there anybody in the temple that wants to take their initiation that didn't get to take it on Friday? Islam. You can sit up. Islam. This is for the uniting of the Quran of Asia and the Quran of Mecca. The great meeting is on. Yeah. For the uniting of the Quran of Asia and the Quran of Mecca. If you study what our beloved Noble Drew Ali has brought in the Circle 7, along with the Quran of Mecca, you will have 2 jewels of light in your hands. The teaching that we received that the higher self is Allah, the value of that cannot be weighed. You can't weigh the value of somebody telling you your true self is Allah. You can't put a weight on that, because knowing that you and Allah are one is heavy. Heavier than any concept, philosophy, or doctrine that you could receive from any school. That you and Allah are one. Ain't no concept heavier than that, in my opinion. I don't care if you're studying metaphysics. I don't care if you're studying whatever you're studying. As soon as you find out that this being animating this flesh is Allah, and you try to bring that being over your carnal nature through spiritual warfare, to me, that's the highest technique. So I think we wait for the sister to come back. And you have any questions, brother? All right. I had asked the brothers, I travel and teach a lot, but we feel like I proclaimed my nationality in 1999 with Temple #1 in Chicago, but when I come back again or after this meeting, I'm gonna ask them if I can reproclaim my nationality with this temple. Because what I see here, I have not seen that in no temple that I've visited. I've spoken temples from here to Brooklyn, or I better not tell no names, to Texas. I better not tell no names to, yeah. But I went to one temple. Who said, you said there's people watching my videos and claiming the teaching. I went to one temple meeting. The Sheikh was quoting my teachings in his lecture so bad, so good, that when we left the meeting, one of the brothers said, he said everything you said except for by the blessings of Serene Salia. Bumba Clock Rastafari. But honestly, I love that they teaching what I'm teaching. I ain't got no ego. Brothers, please take what I'm saying and say it. I ain't feel no kind of way. I was so happy that somebody had watched what I said and was parroting it. Other people be like, oh man, I can't believe he got my teaching. Them ain't my teaching, that's my Allah. So I didn't feel no kind of way. I was actually quite impressed. I'm like, yeah, he took some notes. He talking about Fanafi Sheikh, Fanafi Rasul, Fanafi Allah. He talking about Shariat, Tariqat, Hakikat, Marifat in the temple. Woo. I was like, go ahead, brother. Keep watching the videos and keep teaching. I didn't feel, but he was throwing some hip hop jokes in there, and I'm like, now, come on, man. I know you ain't throwing no Wu-Tang Clan in your teaching. I know. I ain't gonna say what you. Come on, brother. Yeah, that's you hear somebody talking about shook ones or some Wu-Tang Clan in the Sufi teaching. That probably came from me. Stop for a lot, no ego intended. But he was throwing hip hop in. I was like, man, you could have used some gospel or some jazz or something. But you put the hip hop in your teaching, you know that came from me. Stop for a lot. So yeah, let's bring this science to our people. We need it. And we got a beautiful brother in California, Karma's so good. He found out about Sheikh Obama in 4 days. I don't know what you've been doing, but it's working. And the brother and the sister here in the temple, please support the temple with all of your ability. Because in my opinion, the Moorish Science Temple of America is the highest demonstration of Islam in our communities in the West. I haven't seen nothing higher than this in the West. I mean, I ain't no killer, but don't push me. I love the Nation of Islam. I came through the Honorable Elijah Muhammad first, peace to the gods and earths. But this demonstration from Noble Drew Ali is on a higher vibration in the ether plane. We came to teach love and not to hate. So we're not going, I'm not putting apples and oranges. I ain't giving up Honorable Elijah Muhammad, but we rolling with Noble Drew Ali as well. So here we go. That's my public service announcement. Middle finger to the Arabs who messed up Islam. But I gotta throw that in there. Love. Oh, Sheikh Obama say my religion is the love of Allah. He said my religion is to love Allah. When I went to Africa the first time in 1996, the Sheikh said to me through a translator some words I'll never forget. He said, the only one closer to Allah than you is the one who loves Allah more than you. It ain't about, did you do your 5 prayers? It ain't about, did you fast? It ain't about how much you did this. The most important thing is love for God, love for Allah. You might have somebody who never did this, no zikr, but they love for Allah. I hate to say this, it's a black lady in Mississippi eating pork, praying to a blue-eyed Jesus who loved Allah more than some Muslims. Because it's based off of love, it ain't fake. One of the Sufi sheikhs, he said most of the Muslims is crazy. My sheikh in Africa, he say, may Allah protect us from the Muslims. That's just, the Sufi sheikh in West Africa say, may Allah protect us from the Muslims. Okay, so let me, I'm supposed to give initiation and a talk. So we'll say the prayers for the initiation together. In the middle, I'll ask you to say your name and your mom's name because our system is matrilineal. For the sisters here, do you know my sheikh in West Africa say it's easier for a woman to reach Allah than a man? Why the master in the master in Africa say it's easier for you, sister, to reach Allah than for a man because the Sufi journey is feminine in nature. It's an act of submission, not an act of being proud and boastful. Islam is more of a feminine nature than a masculine nature. So for a woman to take the journey, she's already in touch with her feminine nature. But for a man to go on a journey to reach Allah, he got to get in touch with his feminine nature. And in the church, sometimes they went a little bit too far with that feminine nature they got in touch with. I'm just, come on, brother. Turn it down for what? So, astaghfirullah, Allah forgive me. So we'll say the prayers together. Bismillah, Ir-Rahman, Ir-Rahim, Ashadu, and La ilaha illallah, ashadu, and Muhammadur Rasulullah. Cheikh Sufi Ba J Bull Nala Sama Bo Adunya Ak Al Akir Rati Chi Barke Serene Salihu Serene Falu Sheikh Ibra Fall Sheikh Ahmadu Bamba Kadim Rasul Ya Rahman Ya Rahim Ya Salihu Ya Rahman Ya Rahim Ya Salihu Rabbi Bima Yasrahu Lazhana Karfaja Abijahi Abdul Iman Lalai Kadaja'a Hamdi Rabbin Karimin La Sharika Lahu wa Sadri Al Yawma Nuran Tatalan Mala'a Muhammadun Salawatu Lai fi Abadina Lai fi Isbihi Kuli Bihi Kala'a Adhu Ilai Lazi Amad Muaibuhu Li Jumlatil Kaki Mayathan Membariya Nazaytuhu Jala'a wa Manakarahmani Takrima Hadin wa Kuli Min Lagim Bariya Rahmanu Habli Jamil Kaki Rahmataman Yogni Sri Man Quranahu Qura'a Udhumat al Mustafa and Kuli Mafsadatin wa Tahamil Kaka Yamandala Umbada'a Ya Malik al Muka Yamandala and Kawadin and Hamdam Yawara and Hamdam Yawara and Hamdam Yawara Yahadi and Rada'a Mahautamaka Hu Kalbamin Nadarim Bija He Abduli Man Lillahi Kallaja'a. Please say your name and your mom's name.
Amira McGain Day, Diana McGain.
For everyone who has said your name and your mom's name, we are accepting your initiation with Sheikh Ahmadu Bamba. We're giving your initiation to our master, who we took initiation with, studying Salihu in the holy city of Tuba. We're praying for you to be victorious over the lower self, the ego, the mind and desires, the matrix, and the Ola Billah negative energy. We're praying for that light of Allah that is already there to come forth from its deepest reservoir inside of the heart, and that light to become your true manifestation of yourself. Nongana sin debulu, bonala sin debulu, exama debulu sitting sa, you may not sa lip to sitting sa, you manga yancha yala sunubaram, later yala sunubaram, connect to sa kalbika, faint to sa canam yip to bakta sitting tuba. Al Fatiha. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta alayhim. Ghayril maghdubi alayhim. Wala dolin. Amin. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahu hayyun samadun wa baki. Subhanahu zawanakin wa nuki wa nanafika nabihil manihi. Min kulli sharin wa zanshanihi musamsikina bilgiyati ahmada. Kaidulana mimumtaha wa mubtada. Man kala hafiz amanu wa ba'i. Amanahu la min al-balahi kaf. Ha. Ya, Ain, Sod, Kufitu, Kula Dalarin Yalahu, Bisiri, La ilaha illallahu, Habli, Moradia, Kama, Wahu, Bisiri, La ilaha illallahu, Yasilia, Usra, Kama, Wahu, Bisiri, La ilaha illallahu, Allah Nabil Mustafa, Yalahu, Salli, Bi, La ilaha illallahu, Salatan Mugnim, Bisalam, Allah, Bisiri, La ilaha illallahu, Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun wa salamun ala mursalin walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Barke Sirin Salihu. Barke Sirin Salihu, 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 Barke Sirin Salihu. We chant one zikr together that we should do, but we haven't done yet. La ilaha illallah, 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 la ilaha illallah. Shake Ibrahim, la ilaha illallah, 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 ilaha illallah, la 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 ilaha illallah, ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah. If you ever wondered what it's meant to stir up the ether plane, we just did that. That is the vibration of the planes of the soul and the spirit through the chanting. Welcome to the family of light of Sheikh Ahmed. How do you all feel? How do you feel, brother? I feel great. Alhamdulillah. Islam. Sister, how do you
feel? Light.
Light. Let there be light. I mean, the chanting is light, light, light. Brother Nasud, how do you feel?
I feel amazing. I feel happy to be here.
Islam. Send my videos to that brother who told y'all to go to the Sufi orders, inshallah. So, we'll give a very short, condensed teaching on the 7 levels of the soul, if that's okay, if we got time. Yeah. So if you have a notebook, what I want to share with you is a roadmap to realization of Allah, a roadmap to know yourself, to know your spiritual station. If you're on a journey, it's good to have a GPS for that journey to help point you to, so you can, if I'm driving from here to California, I need to know, have I reached Texas yet? Have I reached here yet? There's road maps on the journey, signposts, so that you can see yourself. So before before we get into the 7 levels of the soul, which we're traveling on, we need to go over the 4 roadblocks, which is the 4 enemies on the path. So you can look for these 4 enemies when they show up as you're traveling. KRS-One said, woo, woo, that's the sound of the police. You want to know these 4 enemies when they show up. So it's amazing that the Prophet Muhammad has said that your lower self is a greater enemy than 70 enemies on the outside. So the first enemy is your lower self. The first enemy is you. If it wasn't children here, I'd say, yo, monkey ass, but astaghfirullah, forgive me. The first enemy on the path, imagine that, the first enemy is you, your lower self, what we call nafs in Arabic, N-A-F-S. The soul, the lower self, is the first enemy. And you'll see why, because when we get to the 7 levels of the soul can have an inclination toward darkness. But if you start to purify it, it can have an inclination towards the light. So the good part about the Sufi orders and our Sheikh, this ain't from me, this is from Sheikh Ahmed teaching. Sheikh Ahmed gave us the 4 enemies, but it's good that he gave us the 4 weapons to defeat the enemies. So the Sheikh says, the enemy to defeat your lower self is fasting. Fasting will defeat this lower self because the Sufis say, tie the lower self up at the door of the kitchen. The lower self can be similar to a wild animal. If you don't give the animal any food, it gets weak. If you had a strong pit bull in your backyard and you starve that pit bull, he's not going to attack nobody. That's how the lower self is. The more you intake from the food is giving that lower self more energy to fight against you. So when you fast, it's cutting off the energy self for that lower nature. And you got to look at it. We study science and words. Why do you think it's called fasting? The fast is a fast way to reach Allah. Because we know, according to the Circle 7, the physical plane is nothing but the plane of the soul vibrating slower. And the spirit plane is nothing but the plane of the soul vibrating faster. So if this physical plane is the plane of the soul vibrating faster, slower, and we know that when you eat meat and lots of food, you get the itis and slow down. So when you cut back on the eating, it's raising your vibration scientifically, whether you believe it or not. So the first weapon is to fast to defeat the lower self, the nafs. Hawa, passions and desires. You seen the Matrix? Were you listening to me, or were you looking at the lady in the red dress? We have to fight these passions and desires. You know, greed, lust, anger, hatred, all of these negative emotions have to be removed. The Sheikh gave a masterful way to defeat the passions and desires. He said the way to defeat your passions and desires is close your mouth, be quiet, practice silence. Practice silence. Road rage can be defeated with silence. This guy pulling up, cutting you off, you about to curse him to blank out. If you just be silent, you can quiet that road rage. Not saying I know anybody in this area who might be experiencing that, but silence can defeat that. A sister come to you with some bullish on the phone, you want to tear into her like, I can't believe you said other people. What if she said you just got silent? She'd probably be nervous then, like, oh no, I don't know what this girl gonna do. I said this crazy stuff to her. She ain't say nothing else. She might be scared to death. But your silence will defeat that. You know, we always heard silence is golden. The way to defeat your passions and desires is to practice silence. Sometimes it's good to just sit in silence and meditate. So we got lower self, nafs, defeated by fasting, passions and desires defeated by silence. The third enemy is the dunya, materialism, the matrix. Man, I need that new iPhone 98. I need that iPhone 98. It's coming. iPhone 98 got 3 phones on it, and it got a cyborg in space with a drone. You can send that drone to Starbucks. The drone bring you back a cup of coffee with your phone. Watch. iPhone 98 coming to a drug dealer near you. People's is addicted to them phones, man. You know, it's more people die from cell phone accidents than struck by lightning every year. I seen a billboard that says, if you're on your phone, who's driving your car? Get off of that phone, man. The matrix, the dunya, the material world, it has an attraction. You know, I hate to say it, they used to call me the Timberland Sufi. All I used to rock was Timberlands, God. I'm not playing, man. Me and some Tims we got a thing going on. I was always rocking some Tims. You know, stock for a lot, it is what it is. When I lived in New York, they used to call me the Timberland Sufi. I come to the meeting with my Tims, take them out. She laughing at word is, I'm telling you the truth. So not being attracted to Timberlands, I had to give that up, more. I had to give that up. Dang, them Tims was nice, man. But the Sheikh say to defeat materialism, to defeat attraction to the world, he says, retreat from the world, pull back. You ain't got to go to the reggae club every Thursday because the drinks is half off. Stay out of the world, out of the matrix, pull back. He says to retreat from the world, but in your retreat, you're supposed to be doing some studying of knowledge and some spiritual practices. The Sheikh then say retreat and stay on Instagram for 3 hours. He didn't say retreat and be on your computer on Crackbook, because that thing is addictive. I had to get off of all social media a couple of years ago. To retreat the world, to defeat your attraction to the world, stay, okay, this weekend, I'm going to stay in my house. I'm not going to the club. Your girlfriend's going to miss you, but I'm not going this weekend. I'm going to read my Circle 7. I'm going to do my zikrs and chanting. I'm going to read some Quran in Mecca. For 3 days, stay in your house and pray and meditate. It can defeat your attraction to the world. I feel like an alien sometimes when I go out into the matrix. I feel like an alien when I go out in the world. I'll be looking at, this is what the world has come to. This is what the Matrix. So retreat. The last one, Navs, stop eating so much. You ain't got to always go to the Chinese buffet, make you some rice at home. Howard, passions and desires. Stop arguing with people when they come to you with, even in the Quran says, when somebody comes to you with ignorance, say to that person, peace. Somebody come to you with some ignorance talking about whatever, peace, bro, peace, sister. Silence. Howard, dunya, retreat with study and practice. Now, what's amazing is people think the fourth enemy is the devil, the shaitan, the president. Yeah, he's a devil. So the fourth enemy is the devil, the negative energy. People think that the devil is the hardest. Cheikh Obama said, the goal of the devil is to get you to forget God. The devil say, if I can get this person to forget Allah, I can get them to do anything. So if the goal is to get you to forget Allah, what do you think is the weapon to defeat that negative energy? Remember, if the goal is to take your mind off of Allah to get you to do something negative, this is your get out of jail free card when it comes to the devil, doing your zikr, reciting the names of Allah. And that prayer I gave you, Sallallahu ala Muhammad, prayers on Muhammad, our Sheikh Obama said, anyone who's sending these prayers on Muhammad, peace be upon him, the devil will not approach you. Anytime I'm in I live on the block in Philadelphia. You got to know the Philly. Just like that. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, is what we call Nur. Nur, light, Nur. Nur Muhammad is light. Your true reality, you are a light. We are beings of light. Scientifically speaking, matter is made of atoms. The atom is composed of a photon. What does the word photo mean? Light. Photosynthesis is taking light from the sun to the plants. So if the atoms in your body every atom is made of photons. Well, a photon means that atom in your body is made of light. So you are a being of light. Who can tell me the 4 roadblocks, the 4 enemies, and the weapons to defeat them? Yes. Go ahead. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah. How do we defeat the dunya? Wait.
That's material study. That's material.
Okay. Okay, do some practices and retreat. They got free drinks at the club on Friday before 10. Should I go?
No.
Retreat. You seen it back in the day. It's a trap, Batman. It's a trap. It's a trap, Batman. So as you journey, man, this video got to go viral. We had teachers from the Moorish science. We call this weekend Moorish Science Meets Sufism. the weight of that. So, the 7 levels of the soul, in brief, without going into too much detail. If you got, I have a book back there called Iman, Islam, Ihsan, Path of the Moorish Sadiq. In that book, I go over the 7 levels of the soul in detail. But today we'll give a brief synopsis. So the first level of the soul is, you can say, the soul that is in the triple states of darkness. This soul is the soul that is inciting you to do evil. Triple states of darkness, this soul is inclined to do evil. Why you smack that, brother? I don't know why I smacked. The soul is just getting you into trouble. You don't know why you're getting in so much trouble. Your soul is like, why are you stealing, man? I don't know why I'm stealing so much. I just like stealing. This is a soul that this person can't even control. The main thing about this soul, the first level, is they have no conscience of good and bad deeds. They're not even conscious that they don't know the difference between right and wrong. The Quran of Mecca says this first level, man, Allah said in the Quran, I put a seal on their eyes, their ears, and their heart. This person is sealed from life. That's the Quran. Allah said this person got a seal on their eyes, their ears, and their heart. And Allah say, if you tell this person about me or you don't, they cannot hear you. It's the same. How many times you try to invite somebody to the temple, bro? I ain't going to no temple, but I'll drink a beer with you. I hate to say that. Yeah, you know, how many times we used to say back in the Nation of Gods and Earth, the 5%ers, brother won't go to the library with you and read, but he'll go to the club with you on Friday. So this person in the first stage, they're sealed from the light. Allah says in the Quran, it's up to me, Allah, he said, if I don't take those 3 seals off, they'll always be in darkness and they won't be able to hear about Islam or Allah or anything positive. Sometimes they got to go through a sickness. Somebody, their family might have to die. I hate to say that, but I don't want to say it. I'm not wishing that on nobody, but a lot of times people don't wake up till something bad happens. Nas said getting knowledge in jail is a blessing in disguise. So this is the first level. Pure darkness. They don't know the difference between right and wrong. They have the 3 seals. The second level of the soul is what we call in the Quran the self-accusing soul. The self-accusing soul is a soul, this person is now starting to ask themselves, why am I sleeping with all these women? Why am I drinking so much? Why I keep telling all these lies? The second level of the soul, the person is waking up out of heedlessness and they start to question their actions. Why I keep sleeping with a new brother every weekend at the club? Ooh, don't throw no rocks, Cheikh Sufi. But at one point, you're going to start to question your actions. Why? Why I haven't been to the temple in 2 months? You questioning yourself. This person is not in the first level because they're conscious of their good and bad. The second level, their soul is waking up to question themselves. The third level of the soul is now this person, not only are they questioning their bad deeds, the third level is this soul is inspired to take action. How many people said, no, somebody said, man, I'm gonna stop drinking, I'm gonna stop drinking. He said that for 10 years and he ain't stopped drinking. He ain't never stopped, he ain't never get to the level of the soul to take action to stop the wrong. So the third level is a person who says, their soul is inclined to do good, inclined to take action. I'm not going to tell 100 lies this week. I'm going to tell 10. You know, you got to start somewhere. I ain't going to sleep with all the girls. Just I hold the law protects for that. I got a book where I said 80% of the human beings cannot control their sex drive. 80 to 85% of human beings have reduced themselves to lower than the level of a dog. A dog goes into heat for a period of time, and then the rest of the year he's not in heat. A human being can go into heat and be in heat for the rest of their life. They never get. That's lower than a dog. Even a dog say, "I'm gonna get me some for a couple months," and that's cool. Human beings, we can lose it with that sex drive thing. So this is something we have to control. That third level is when you say, "I'm gonna take control of this animal and defeat it." It's at the third level that you say, "I'm going to start to fight against the 4 enemies." There's something called, everybody heard of jihad, right? Jihad is spiritual warfare. Our Sheikh said the only jihad left now is jihad against your own bad qualities. Anytime you see, I told somebody, I don't care if his name is Muhammad, he ain't no Muslim if he out there doing acts of aggression. That's not Islam, that's Islam. The Quran says a Muslim can only fight in self-defense. A Muslim cannot be the aggressor. Because if Islam is peace and you're putting an act of aggression against somebody, that's not peace. So, third level is you decide to make a change. I mean, I hate to quote Michael Jackson, but I'm looking at the fool in the mirror now. I'm changing myself. That's a good song. I'm looking at the man in the mirror, seeing if I can change his ways. Because I know, man, listen, I used to be, you don't want to know where I came from. You don't want to. I'm so glad to be Muslim. I was in Omega Psi Phi, Q Dog, purple and gold, stomping my ass off in college. So I'm a living testimony that Islam can change anybody. My fraternity brothers see me now and they're like, "What the hell?" Invite me to his wedding. I showed up dressed like this. He's like, "Bro, you my fraternity brother. I don't care what you wear, and you in the wedding." Everybody else with suits and ties and tuxedos. I'm standing in the wedding picture dressed like this. I'm done with that. The Bible said when I was a child, I did childish things. I became a man and I put those things aside. So where are we at? Third level of the soul. Fourth level. Now we know there's 7 levels of the soul. Why you think we all wearing this number 7? Noble Drew Ali is trying to tell us that these 7 levels exist inside of the circle. So the 4th level is actually the hardest level to get to. You would think that the 7th level is the hardest one, but my sheikh in Africa said that the 4th level of the soul is the soul at peace. Peace in everything, and peace at your job, peace with your family, peace in your health, complete peace in, how many people do we know that got peace in every walk of life? Their soul is at peace. Usually you don't see that till it's your grandmama, your granddaddy. When they old, they got this picture of this old guy in the wheelchair, broke up saying, "I'm ready to settle down now." Man, listen. What you talking about? You ready to settle down? Yo, so the soul at peace. In order to get to that fourth level at peace, you got to do war with those four enemies. You will not have peace in your life if you got too much attraction to the outer world. You will not have peace in your life if you can't learn to keep your mouth closed when people come to you with some crazy itch.
Yeah, that's right.
I should have told you that one last time. Okay. If you throw a rock and somebody scream, that's who got hit, bets. But sister, next time, just do like this. And what's crazy is if you're in a conference, oh, you told them stop talking to me. They wouldn't stop talking. You know how many people was in jail or the cemetery who said, I just should have kept my mouth shut? So, fourth level is the soul at peace. Now, really, at the third level, you're going to need some, Go ahead, brother, please. Okay. Islam. So really, in order to get to the fourth level of the soul, you're going to need a spiritual guide. You're going to need a sheikh. You're going to need some practices. If you want to get to the soul at peace before you're 85 or 90, when your lower self done just chilled out, you're not going to the mall no more because you in the will. If you want to get to that soul at peace before you old age, you're going to need some practices, some teaching, and probably some fasting. The fourth level, when you get peace, now you got level 5, 6, and 7, which are very high levels of the soul, because the soul at peace is representing the heart, the fourth chakra. You could say the first level of the soul is the base chakra, is the one that's the most operational in the person, the lowest chakra. You can damn sure say a person addicted to sex and the second level of the soul, that's the second chakra being more active in the person. The third chakra, the third level of the soul, is when the fight begins. Nah. I gotta destroy this negative person inside of me. The lower self, the soul at peace can be synonymous to the heart chakra. Now you're acting out of love. For everything, you're acting for love. That's the soul at peace. If you can put more love in your life, you can put more peace in your life. It ain't rocket science. The soul at peace, from that level, you got to get to level 5. You have to get, level 5 is, let me tell you what it is. Level 5 is, level 5 is contentment with everything in your life, to be content. Satisfied, to be content with Allah is what it says in the Sufi books. To be content with Allah is saying whatever comes in your life is okay. It's okay. I got a new job, alhamdulillah. They fired me, alhamdulillah. The fifth level of the soul is so high that no matter what happens in your life, you thank Allah for that. Joy and pain, sunshine and rain. You heard the song. This is, it's not that easy to get to because we're so used to complaining. Can you get to a place in your life? I love this example. Can you get to a place in your life where you get a flat tire and say, thank you, Allah, for this flat tire? Brother said, man, look, you just said something deep. Can you get to a place in your life, you get a flat tire in the BMW and say, thank you, Allah, for this flat tire? That's a high state of spirituality because could have been a semi-truck coming. You get that flat tire, you stop the car, no car accident down the block. It's the way to see this. everything in your life is something positive.
Shouldn't I say something?
You can, yes.
My usual words are not praise Allah, but I did it that one time.
Ooh, please share what happened.
And I promise you, everything I love, he sent an angel to me. He was right across the street. He changed all 4 of my topics.
Hold up, brother. Tell this story. I got it. So what happened?
So it was interesting. We got back from Philadelphia, and we were still on high.
Yeah.
And
That's some loud, ain't it?
that's
Boy.
loud. I'm telling you. Loud.
This is loud. This is sativa. This right here. Why do you think Allah say I'm the most high? This high I'm on? Anyway, go ahead, brother.
So it was, and the brother was a Moor too. He came, Brother Callis still came and just like rescued me right there on the spot. That's why I sent you the picture.
Yeah.
Truly God.
Yeah.
So what I learned was instead of me saying, GD, MF, LMNP, to say praise Allah, he would send his angel. It was that simple.
Yeah. That's a concrete example.
And we got the picture to prove it too.
Yeah, you sent me the pictures. I was like, what?
Yeah, that was amazing.
Try it. Something you think negative happened in your life, say, you heard the story about the king and the advisor. Alhamdulillah, you blew my thumb off. I told it yesterday, it was the day before. Try to say, praise Allah for what you think is good or what you think is negative. I remember I was a counselor, caseworker at a GD program in Philadelphia. People on my caseload. Guy on my caseload tried to commit suicide over the weekend. He came to my office talking to me and said, Mr. So-and-so, I tried to commit suicide over the weekend. I don't think I'm ready to go to class this morning. I said, brother, you might need to go home and take a rest. Come back to class tomorrow. Supervisor said that was unethical. What if he go home and do something to himself? They had a meeting next week. They decided to fire me because I let this brother go home. So, unoriginal supervisor came to my office. I had lots, whatever in my office, pictures and all that, computer. He came to my office and said, brother, can you come to the office? We're firing you. We're letting you go. I said, thank God. I grabbed my books and got up. I didn't go to I walked out the building. You want to fire me? What the fuck I need to come in the office for? It ain't nothing to talk about. What type of game? Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean, can I keep my job? Please let me stay. Man, they let me, I said, oh, he's so much. I walked out and left. I know it was like this guy. I left pictures on the wall in my office, everything. Stuff in my desk and drawers, everything. What we gonna talk about? You fired me? Ain't nothing we can talk about. So the 5th level is to say thank God for everything. If you do that, level 5 is you're pleased with God, pleased with everything. If you do that, then level 6 is Allah will be pleased with you. You're happy with Allah can lead to Allah being happy with you. That is a very high station when Allah is satisfied with you and your life and your actions. That's like cream of the crop. You done made Allah, the owner of the universe, happy. How Allah gonna be happy with you and you ain't happy with everything Allah giving you? That don't work. To be thankful. Thankful for everything is level 5. If you get to be thankful for everything and happy with everything, in the Sufi world, we say, the Sufi says, praise Allah for the good and the bad. Then level 6 is Allah will be pleased and happy with you. Well, brother, what would your life be like if you lived in such a way that Allah, the Lord of the universe, is happy with you? What do you think your life gonna look like then? Total bliss. Allah happy with you, you ain't getting sick no more. Finances is so good because Allah is the owner of all gold, silver, diamonds. Allah created all that. You ain't worried about money no more. So then, level 7 is when you and Allah are one. There's no more separation between you and Allah. That's what they call the perfect soul. The 7th, man, look at this. You got the 7 levels of the soul and the 4 enemies. Right on the symbol. Can you see it? 7 for the 7 levels of the soul. The 4 enemies is the 4 roadblocks of what you got to get through to get to the 7th level of the soul. The symbol is so deep, it's ridiculous. You can get there by practicing Islam with a little bit of science with it. This is the science, the practices. So that 7th level of the soul is where we say in the circle 7, you put your hands in the hands of Allah, what happened? All is well. My friend's got to go. Somebody get her number? So can somebody tell me the 7 levels of the soul and we'll close out the meeting? Okay.
Self-accusation of soul, questioning action.
Yes.
To inspire, 3, to inspire to take action.
Yes.
Control of the animal.
Woo! Say that again. Control of the what?
And make a change. Look in the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
4, soul at peace in everything.
Uh-huh.
You will need a spiritual leader guide you to the form of rock.
Okay, go ahead.
5,
Hold on. What was level 4? I missed that.
4, soul at peace.
Yes.
With everything.
Woo! Wouldn't that be nice?
You will need a spiritual leader to guide you to the
Mm-hmm. Station.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank God for everything.
Woo!
6, please you. You not like
So today, even before we leave the temple, I think we'll have some food, but start to look at these 7 levels and see where you are. Do self-analysis. If these are the 7 levels of the soul, Bismillah, if these are the 7 levels of the soul, and they are, I have, if you want to know more in detail, Cheikh Sufi, 7 levels of the soul. I got at least 2 videos on YouTube with our discussions on this. Because this is to me, it's the most important topic. If you want to know yourself, the self is not the body, the self is the soul. So the condition of your soul is the condition of where you are in the realization of yourself being Allah. And we have to be honest with ourselves. If you haven't started to fight against the darkness, that's okay, but be honest. No, I'm at level 5. and you complaining about your cousin coming over to the house asking, well, can he have dinner with y'all? Don't say you. If you're not thankful for everything, be honest with yourself so you can say, this is where I am. This is where I need to go. Islam, inshallah, if the brothers will have us, will make our intention. Because if you have, this temple is like a garden of Allah with beautiful flowers. If we don't give more love and water to the flowers in the temple, that won't be a good thing, as if you had a garden in your backyard and you never went and gave water to the garden. For me, this is a garden of Allah. So we have to keep coming back. We have to keep giving these teachings. We have to keep giving this water of spirituality so that the flowers in this temple, man, something happened to me since I've been in here. That speech you gave yesterday, man, I don't know what kind of magic you working, bro. I'm watching you. You said some stuff yesterday that I'm all shook. I'm like, I was like, yo, man, it's bigger than hip hop. It's bigger than what we think it is. So if they are open, I will come here at least once a month. Stop me from having to go everywhere. You know, drive down from Philadelphia, give a teaching once a month, and be happy. Get to see my mom, sister, and my aunt, and my cousin, and just be happy. Brothers right there in Norfolk, get to see the two Sheikh. This is Sheikh Ibrahim and Sheikh Salih, Sheikh Self-Wise Allah. These two brothers is being low-key, but they are Sufi sheikhs in our order. Sheikh Allah El, he's a sheikh in our order. My goal is to give these teachings to people so that you can become a master and teach this. Ibrahim. Yeah.
I need to do a demonstration. Some people, they all like the same, so like Sheikh Farad said, you raise it. Actually, the Bach got 7 positions in faith. 7 verses of Fatiha. Most high 4 Raka.
Oh.
The Bach, everybody want to see it, check it out. Got 1, 2, 3, 4. Then with the proper time when the sun lined up, 7 images. So a lot of people know it's a lot. It's very important. But it doesn't say what we know it's important. It's mystical. It's a sign. It's one of the high points. We come out sometime out of Christianity and different things. But I don't got time to pray. I ain't praying because thinking something outside of this stuff. We want to take that 7th position. I say 11 faith. The box says I want to the root of the power. So in that 7 verse, so 2 in the morning, 3 at Maghrib, and the most of this 4 rock pots. Those 4 gates. Others are 7. Right there. Those 4 devils. That's how we do it. You can be my house. You are my house. Get your free trip to Mecca. Right within yourself, you learn the time you fly.
Woo!
When you be Muhammad, that's Ali. We are Muhammad. We are East. We are Christian. We are taking you up to but all of that, because it's all coming from the Muhammad book. It's a race spread out, coming from one sun. Some on different levels. You see the shapes, you see them living, the body. Our order, we be like 3 sides who came to Daisha. Pride, they worship all of them. Y'all do what I do, be what I be, and I like to reiterate that. Sheikh said some things about Serene solitude yesterday. And I'm gonna leave it at that. That's another manifestation. I can tell you, we do the work. Seed is planted, nourishing, grow. But if the seed that's sitting there is gonna say it's seed forward. That I like. More love, more light.
More love, more light. That's the brother saying all the time. More love, more light. And they in Norfolk. They in Norfolk. They right around the corner. So we want to thank everybody in the Zoom and all the Moors in the Zoom. All praises due to Allah for Brother Corey and Brother Kerry. I call them the binary stars. 2 stars traveling through the universe. We're so thankful for having this opportunity to come home to the temple. And may Allah bless us to continue in this work of the divine national movement with the teachings of Sheikh Ahmad Bamba here in the West. Al-Fatiha. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. Malik Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta alayhim. Ghayril maghdubi alayhim. Waladdallin. Ameen. Wait a minute. Someone, who's that? Somebody asking, can I still do initiation? Does a bear take a piss in the woods? Yes, you can. Who is that? Islam? And you got the last name L? So you got affiliation with the temple somewhere? Who is this? Please introduce yourself.
I'm Hardeman L. I'm from Chicago. My grand sheik was Walton L. He passed away last year, but I've been watching your videos for a while.
The binary star said they know you and Walton L. Islam? How did you find out about this circle today, Moore? You got good karma. How did you find out about this? Look like he's at work too.
I was on YouTube and I was scrolling through, I think it was one of Taj Tariq's video, and I kept scrolling and you popped up. And I have done some studies on, the Commissions and how everything went back to Kemet. And I was looking for the Sufi order, like, because I had heard about the Kalawati order, the Samaniya, and I was like, you know what? I honestly believe Noble Drew Ali had original teachings about Sufis.
You think?
I really believe so. And I was like, man,
I know that.
I honestly didn't believe that all of the temples weren't actually following what he actually taught. So I came across your video and it said something like Ihsan, Ibad and stuff. And I know how to do Salat. I went through Al Islam, but I was not rocking with the Arabs. I'm just be honest. I was not rocking with them the way they do stuff. And
I can testify with you on that. Don't get me started.
And when I heard your videos about Sheikh Ahmed Bamba and Senegal, it was just like, I felt like something was missing, and that was it. So I kept listening to videos. I was like, yo, Mo, this got to be it. And I hit up one of my brothers, Sheikh Ronald Garrett Bay in Chicago, and he was just like, no, Mo, we don't do this a lot. And I was like, man, I don't know, Mo. I was like, I don't know. I was like, man, I've been reading books on Ibn Arabi and all that. I was like, Mo, I think you're missing something.
You reading Ibn Arabi from Moorish Spain?
I've read the epistles on the Iquano Safa. My sheikh used to teach us moon magic, planetary magic, all of that. But I always felt like something was missing. So when I came to the videos, I was like, yo, this is it. You know what I'm saying? Then we broke
Okay.
down Shula's life and how the prince is coming at him.
So what I'm Brother Nasut, if you're here, I'm gonna ask Brother Jamil. Brother Jamil is in California. I want you to message Brother Jami so he can teach you some of the prayers that he learned from this guy named Cheikh Sufi, since y'all both in California. And you are in Chicago, brother?
No. I'm from Chicago. I was born and raised in Chicago, but I now stay in Athens, Georgia.
Okay, brother Nasu, please message Jamil. You're in Athens, Georgia. So let's see, is
Yeah.
anybody who's here in Georgia right now? Oh yeah, oh man, you got a serious blessing.
Sheikh
Follow
Bilal.
Bilal, Sheikh, you got a Sheikh in Georgia from our order. He's on the call right now. Sitting follow. Can you take this brother under your wing and teach him the beginning steps?
Alhamdulillah.
I mean,
Allah's the best of planners. Somebody in Georgia and California. So, where did the brother go? The initiation today, and Imam Jallo and brother Sheikh Jallo and brother Jami. I want y'all to teach them the weird of the butterfly first. So that'll have the Al-Fatiha, Salatul Fatih, the weird of the butterfly, and how to make the wudu and how to do the salat, okay?
Yes. Excuse me. I had I think I sent the email to you and I think it went back because I typed it in wrong, the email wrong. But I kid you not, bro. I read your I seen your video on the weird of the butterfly. This is crazy, right? I'm on the bus stop, right? I'm waiting for somebody to meet me at the bus stop. I kid you not, I seen about 4 or 5 black caterpillars. And I was like, what? I can't, I'm not making this up, man. I'm not making this up. It was like the ants were trying to chase them, and they were like all huddled together, like rolling on. They were like rolling on the ants, and I was like, that's esoteric. And I was like, I seen it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else around me, they didn't get it. And I was like, I had just watched the video on that, and I was like, yo, I gotta hit this man up, yo. It's just too many coincidences, man. I had to hit you up. Then I went on your YouTube, and then I went to, I think, Community or something, and it said we're now having a Zoom meeting. As soon as I hit that, I clicked the link, man. I clicked the link.
Man, are you able to try next month? We're gonna be in Newport News at the temple next month, inshallah. If you can come from Georgia to Virginia, that'll be a huge blessing. We can press hands in person too.
Okay. I see if I could arrange that.
All right, so
Inshallah.
we're gonna do the hold on. I think you know the binary stars.
Islam, Muslim. You know, brother Walter
Islam.
condolences,
Man, so we'll say the prayers together, and if you heard the earlier initiation, we ask you for your mom's name during the initiation so the blessing can travel through the mother's bloodline. Are you ready, brother?
Okay. Yeah. Yes.
Okay, we'll say it together. Bismillah.
Okay. Bismillah.
Ir-Rahman.
Bismillah. Ir-Rahman.
Ir-Rahim.
Ir-Rahim.
Ashadu an.
Ashadu an.
La ilaha.
La ilaha.
Illallah.
Illallah.
Ashadu an.
Ashadu an.
Muhammadur.
Muhammadur.
Rasulullah.
Rasulullah.
Cheikh
Sufi.
Ba. J.
Cheikh
Bull.
Bu,
Nala,
Nala,
Sama,
Sama,
Bo,
Bu,
Adunya,
Adunya,
Ak,
At,
Al,
Al,
Akir,
Akir,
Rati,
Rati,
Chi,
Chi,
Barke,
Barke,
Serene Salihu,
Serene Salih,
Serene Falu,
Serene Falu,
Sheikh Ibrafal,
Sheikh Ibrathal,
Sheikh Ahmadu Bamba,
Sheikh Ahmadu Bamba,
Kadim Rasul,
Kadim Rasul,
Ya Rahman,
Ya Rahman,
Ya Rahim,
Ya Rahim,
Ya Salihu,
Ya Salihu,
Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, Ya Salihu, Rabbi Bima Yasrahu Hanakat Faja'a Bijahi Aftali Man Lalai Kadnaja'a Hamdi Rabbin Karimin La Sharika Lahu wa Sadri Al Yoma Nurat Al Anmala'a Muhammadun Salawatullahi fi Abadin Alayhi Bihi Kuli Bihi Kala'a Athu Ilai Lazi Amad Muaibuhu the Jumlatil Kaki Mail Membariya Nazaytuhu Jala'a wa Manaka Rahmani Takrima Hadim wa Kuli Min Lagim Bariya Rahmanu Habli Jamil Kalki Rahmataman Yogni Nisturi Man Quranahu Qara'a Uhu Matal Mustafa and Kuli Masadatim wa Tahamil Kalka Yamandada Umbada'a Ya Malik al Mulki Ya Mandalan Kawadin and Hamjamil Wara and Hamjamil Wara and Hamjamil Wara Ya Hadi and Rada'a Mahautama Kanaha Hu Kalbumin Dalarin Bija He Abdali Mandalahi Kadla Ja'a. Please say your name and your mom's name.
Carl Hardiman, and my mother's name is Celeste Murray.
Carl Hardiman, the son of Celeste Murray, and anyone here who has said their name and their mom's name, we are accepting your initiation with Sheikh Ahmadu Bamba and giving your initiation to our master Serene Sali, who we took our initiation with. My brother, we are praying for you and everyone else to overcome the darkness of the lower self and for that light of Allah, the higher self that is there, to be victorious over the four enemies. We're praying for you to be a light in your community for those in the darkness who are seeking Allah. Al-Fatiha. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta alayhim. Ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. Amin. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahu hayyun samadun mubaki subhanahu zawanakin wanuki wananafika nafihil madihi min kulli sharin wa zanshanihi mustamsikira bilgiyati amada kaydalana mimuntaha wa mubtada man kala hafiz amanil wabai amanahu la min al-balahi kaf ha ya ain sod Kufitu kulla dararin yalahu bisiri la ilaha illallahu habli muradia kama wahu bisiri la ilaha illallahu yasirliya usra kama wahu bisiri la ilaha illallahu ala nabiy mustafa yallahu salibi la ilaha illallahu salatan mugni bisalamullahi bisiri la ilaha illallahu Allahumma salli ala sayyidina Muhammad al-Fatihi lima uglika wa khatimi lima sabaka nasr al-haqq bil-haqq والهادي إلى صراطك المستقيم وعلى آله حق قدره ومقداره العظيم نغنى سجبلو ونالا سجبلو أكسما جبلو سرين سارين باكي مينا سالب سرين سارين باكي سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين باكي سرين ساليو باكي سرين ساليو باكي سرين ساليو باكي سرين ساليو Barke Sering.
Sering.
Barke Sering Salihu. Barke Sering Salihu.
Beard.
Allahu Akbar.
Beard.
Allahu Akbar.
Beard.
Allahu Akbar.
Allahu Akbar.
How do you feel, my brother?
Shukran.
Afwan,
Appreciate it, man.
Afwan. For the new brothers who took the initiation today, we have a class going on right now on Wednesday nights. Sheikh Bilal Jallo, who is in Georgia, he's teaching a class on 20 stations on the Sufi path. He's teaching a Sufi manuscript from Sudan. The manuscript he's teaching from Sudan is enough to make a Sufi go crazy. The manuscript is so deep. I taught the manuscript about 3 or 4 years ago, but we asked him to teach it this time because I'm not going to be the only one teaching. He had the first class on Wednesday. You can join the class this Sunday. So please, Imam Jallo, make sure you get his number. Brother Jamu in California, get the other brother's number in California, although I have his number. We're going to add both of y'all to the first year chat. And alhamdulillah for the black fez you're wearing.
Yeah.
Islam.
Real quick, I've read a book called The Sacred Drift. And it was saying that one of Noble Drew Ali, I believe his father, one of his family, had dealings with some Muslims who went all the way back to the Ikhwan al-Safa.
Okay, the Brothers of Purity.
Yeah, I was like, man, I read that.
Yeah, the Moors, they read that book. It's Sacred Drift is saying people in Noble Drew Ali's family had lineage all the way back to the Brotherhood of the Sufi Brotherhood, Ikhwan al-Safa. Hold on.
Oh yeah.
Get the book called Spandau Mysteries too. It's the
Spandau. I've heard of that. I never read it, but yeah.
Get it, brother.
Yeah.
All right.
They say if you come up here next month, they got it for you.
All right.
All right.
Appreciate it, bro.
Islam. Man, ain't no party like a Moorish Sufi party because a Moorish Sufi party don't stop. I used to be a hip hop DJ. Allah forgive me. All right, so we close the meeting, and we're gonna have some pork chops and Coke 45, and yeah, halal pork chops, halal. Halal. I told that joke in the mosque 1 year during Ramadan. The people looked at me like, "What the hell?" That was crazy. I wish I wouldn't have said that. They didn't think it was funny. All right, assalamu alaikum, family, and thanks for all the brothers in the circle, the sisters who are here. Next Sunday, we'll go back to the regular time at 11. And please join the class with Sheikh Jallo on Wednesday nights. I'm telling you, the manuscript from Sudan and the teacher teaching it are incredible. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa nur.
Wa alaikum salam.
Wa alaikum salam.
Wa alaikum salam. Alhamdulillah.
And Brother Hardeman, I dropped my contact info directly to you in the chat here, so you can save and reach out to me.